What's up, guys? This is TheKephas.
Thalassophobia is the fear of deep bodies of water, such as the ocean, which is a fear that I've discovered that I actually possess. Oddly enough, I found out about it when I was playing a video game where I was in the ocean, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing in the background of this video, despite all of my inclinations telling me that that's probably not a good idea. And the reason why I'm doing that is because about a year ago, my wife and I, my family, we were facing a particularly challenging set of circumstances, and it was honestly kind of scary because there was a lot of unknown. We didn't know how things were going to work out, and that was the biggest thing. I remember when I was talking about how I was feeling, the way I described it was that I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean, just paddling to keep my head above the surface. And on the surface of the ocean, everything seemed calm and relaxed and tranquil. But underneath was turmoil. And whenever I would dip down underwater, I'd look down at the abyss, the chasm, the endless ocean, and I would see a figure. And the way it looked was almost like a kraken, a giant squid with massive tentacles, with piercing eyes, looking right back at me, waiting to reach up and grab a hold of me and pull me down into the depths. And no one knew about this monster except for me, because on the surface everything was fine. And it was frightening in my mind to even think about it, but that's how I felt when facing the unknown and not sure how things were going to pan out for us. It's kind of funny, actually, because thalassophobia, much like when you're a kid and you're afraid of the dark, it's all connected to the same kind of fear. It's the fear of the unknown. And I think it's a fear that most of us in life face at some point in time, even when thinking of our ultimate end. There's so much unknown that happens in life, and it can be terrifying, especially when it's a pressing unknown. Like, maybe you don't know how you're going to pay rent because you lost your job. Maybe you're facing an illness that you're not sure how things are going to pan out for you. Maybe you're going to ask someone out on a date and you don't know if they're going to say yes or not. There are so many situations in life where we have to face this. And I've come to realize that the worst thing you can do is not face it. Because what ends up happening is that the more you think about it and the more you run from it, the more you create this monster. You think of this abyss, which is the unknown, and you see this giant kraken waiting to pull you down. And you create in your mind a situation that is likely far worse than anything that reality is going to bring. One of the things that I've learned in life is that more often than not, things are rarely as bad as they seem. And so, sometimes the unknown may not be so bad. Sometimes the unknown actually brings good things, unexpected surprises, a new direction in life, or a change or something that if we didn't move forward, we would have never experienced. The truth of the matter is, life is full of unknowns, and it can be very scary. As a matter of fact, my family and I are facing a very similar set of challenges this year that we were facing this time last year. And I'll be honest, I don't know how things are going to work out. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will say that the person that I am this year is not the person that I was last year. The person I was last year was contending with a monster in my mind, crumbling at the weight of the set of challenges we were facing. And yet this year, I don't see a monster. I see unknown, but I also am not afraid, not like I was last year. I find myself more steadfast and ready to take this on and move past it. And part of what I've learned is that I have to take control of my thoughts. Like the Bible says, I take every thought captive. What that means is that when negativity tries to rise up and it starts to paint a picture of this horrible Kraken monster, I stop it. There is no Kraken monster waiting for me. There is no monster trying to devour me or pull me underneath. There's simply a challenge that will be overcome. And so what I've done is I've reconstructed and reframed those negative thoughts. What I once viewed as a giant monster, I now see as possibility, an opportunity for growth and change that could improve my life and the lives of my family. Beyond that, I simply try not to let my mind wander too far off into the future. I focus on the present and the things that I can control. I take breaks, relax, take my mind off things, play some video games, hang out with my family, do fun stuff, and enjoy life. Most of all, I remind myself that I'm not facing these challenges alone. I take comfort in faith that God is with me, love, my family's with me, and even you, those of you listening. As we swim through this vast ocean of life, we should remember that this abyss is only as powerful as the fear we give it. And when we let go of that fear, when we stop imagining the worst, we start to see the possibilities that lie ahead. We discover the strength within ourselves to keep paddling, to keep going, and to face whatever may come. Life will always have its uncertainties, but we are not defined by them. We are defined by how we respond to them. And in that response, we find courage, growth, and hope. So if you face your own unknowns, remember, you're not alone in the journey. Face the Kraken, stare into the abyss, and then take that next step forward. Who knows? You might just find that what seemed like an endless ocean of fear is actually an ocean of opportunity.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is TheKephas. Until next time.